Many cities have turned to protests to show their dislike for the new president-elect Trump. Underground in the subway tunnels of New York City, one group of New Yorkers turned to another outlet to voice their anger, frustrations, and hopes for the future.
Feel free, write anything that you like. This wall is about expression, so feel free to write something. The first version of the project was called New York Secret Keeper. I came out with a little sign that said Secret Keeper, and people could write something really quickly into a notebook and then just be on their way. Because I figured New Yorkers have lots of stress, maybe they could just get something out really quickly. But people really liked talking with me about their problem instead of writing it down. So I changed the project to subway therapy, and I started dressing up kind of like what I imagine a therapist would look like, so that people could see me at the table with the empty chair, and they would think, I can talk to him. And then after the election, I thought, people aren't going to be able to talk today. So I brought materials, paper, tape, and I saw some post-its at the store, so I bought some so that people could express themselves non-violently, openly, and through writing. I've been sitting here for 6 months. I come out like once a week. I'll just talk to anybody that maybe needs somebody to talk to that doesn't have anybody in their life. So I think that's really important. A lot of people are walking around New York just super stressed, don't have family or friends they can rely on, and so I wanted to explore and see if people would just sit down with them. Here is the perfect place because there's just so many different people in New York. I think that people really need to get their stress out in a variety of different ways, but sometimes that kind of quick validation that you're not alone is really, really important. I think especially that Wednesday after the election, people were crying, people were overwhelmed, people didn't know how to let it out. And this maybe gave them an opportunity to feel like they were part of a community, even though they weren't really feeling that way. You know, I really like the ones, personally, I like the ones that are funny. I think they're really great because, yes, it's important to talk about the election, but also I think it's important for people to remember to laugh, you know, be there for each other in that way. And then also the ones that really touched me from the very beginning of this are teachers or parents that talked about how difficult it is to speak with their students or children about the adult world. They're so smart and they know what's happening, but they kind of connect the dots in a way that's very tragic. But this week, I've been telling people, hey, if you want to write about the election and you need to get that out, do it. But also, this is about just stress relief all the time. So if you want to talk, you know, I encourage kids to say, what, do you have too much homework? You want to talk about that? So, you know, it is more than just the election, and people have started writing about that. One of the first ones that I wrote, I think I wrote maybe 3 or 4 to start it off, and the one that I really remember, and it was the first one, is I wrote, I'm sad that my friends are upset. You know, I think it's important for people to connect, and really I'm just very, very passionate about that. So I do projects like this.
This is Joanne Blanco from the New York Bureau, and I am one with 25.